Just because you're working from home doesn't mean you have to be working all the time, just because now you're at your office. Fuck that. Alright, so here's a bit of a different one, not relationship related, but more to the current situation. How do I set boundaries with work now that I'm working from home and they want me to answer questions and do stuff all the time because technically I'm at work? Does anyone else resonate with this? So look, I'll give some thoughts on this, but I mean, I work from home, this is my work, and I'm the boss too, and also the dude who does the work, so I have to have these boundaries with myself. They're different, but they're there. So one of the things that has happened for a lot of people now who are working from home all the time, who perhaps haven't in the past, is the workplace and the home, there is some physical and obvious boundaries. You leave work, you go to an entirely new place. Some people still don't have boundaries around when they leave work, and it's more challenging for some people, of course, or when they do work, answering emails after dinner, into the evening at home, all that kind of stuff. So there's always potential for that need or lack of them. But with something like this, you get to set boundaries. There's a new dynamic now. And so the first thing is communicate. Now, remember, any communication is what I can control, and then there's the other person or people. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you're not going to be able to control here in regards to the people that you need to communicate with. But you can start and you can manage your own stuff. So essentially saying something like, if you're managing the kids and work, and then you want to have an end of your day so you can be a human and exist in your house, not just work in your house, then you need to set some boundaries around that. So think about what you want, think about what is realistic and what can work, and then go to your boss or those people, virtually or on the phone obviously, and communicate it. Hey, now I wanted to talk to you about the working from home situation and just getting clear on how I can be most productive and most effective, so that I'm not blurring the lines between work and home. Because I know for me, there's a risk of that. And when I do that, one, I'm way less effective in my work because home can always come and get me. And then on the other side of it, I'm way less effective as a parent, as a whatever your roles are, just a human who wants to exist and have a home life, when work is always there to grab it. So I need to put some boundaries around when I do work, when I'm willing and able to answer things last minute or emergency stuff, all that kind of stuff. I'd like to put some parameters in it so I can perform more effectively, so I can not go crazy over this period, and so I can still run a reasonably normal life that has work and home elements. Now, it might also depend on your spaces. If you've got, if you don't have an office, let's say, at home, but you're having to work from home, so you're just kind of like working from the dining table or something, then there's some boundaries for you to set in place, right? Like, how do you separate the areas? Because you often need those physical boundaries, or a shift of the space or a shift of the mindset regarding the space to help facilitate that difference. So work and home aren't enmeshed, right? So how do you set boundaries is, you go, what are the boundaries that I need? Here, let me communicate them. Now, part of that might then be, a back and forth. There might be a bit of negotiation with your boss or whomever, to get them set, but the ultimate point is here, you get to set them. Just because you're working from home doesn't mean you have to be working all the time, just because now you're at your office. Fuck that. Now, that's not a blanket statement, because everyone's situations are totally different, and some people need to be accessible at 10 p.m. or fucking whatever. So work it out for you, what you need, what's realistic, what's doable, and then communicate from there, all right? But set your boundaries, or you will pay the price, and the people you care about will pay the price, and in this situation, probably your work will pay the price too.